reaching out to all the massive on the African continent and into YouTube.
I really do not like it. But anyway, karibuni sana, 17 minutes past the top of the hour, and of course, this is the Pan African Bliss Show. To everyone who's live with us for the first time on YouTube, on Twitter, karibuni sana, on TikTok, shout to Kibet Official, shout to Ian. Kindly you guys tap the screen for me, follow the live creator, and of course, welcome to today's debate, where we shall be discussing, or rather checking, the reasons why many African countries and the people actually are still paying the price of colonialism. Because that's what I'm saying. We're talking about what is affecting you, your pocket. Because Africans, I feel like globally, till to date, and which is again every day, we're still paying the price of colonialism. If you talk about the price of colonialism, I'm talking about the inequality that actually Black people face or have been facing since the invasion of these people. Let's call it that. But of course, we shall be focusing on that as our major conversation, whereby I'll be sharing a video explaining quite of a history, or rather how institutions are set up, and how actually in our minds, and which of course we know in our minds, or in majority of the people's minds, they know this is how the law is supposed to be working, this is how the law is set. But in real sense, we have those who actually control the law. It's called inclusive I'll be checking onto that. It's inclusivity and then executivity, something like that. And the video is just also explaining the history of also how the US has been able to benefit from Haiti. And with that, I'll be sharing another video coming from also an Instagram page that I saw yesterday at night. And the video is actually explaining something about Haitians, how they never feared death. And this has actually come up with also an influence that is effective today. We'll be sharing on that. And of course, to agree, to disagree, feel free to comment on the chat section. For those who are live on with us on BitChute, on Rumble, and for those who are with us also on YouTube. For those who are on Twitter, we can't see your comments, but you can come on YouTube and of course ensure you also subscribe. We'll be talking about that. We shall also check on to Ghana, which of course ahead of the election, there's so many questions going on, and Nana Akufo-Addo had a speech to make, saying that Africans actually should not fall for the lie of a better life in Europe. And I'm asking, if you have failed to actually provide it for Africans right here, where do you want them to? What do you want them to do? And it's true, yes, Africans are not needed in Europe. We've seen the treatment actually Africans again, the inequality and the paying the price of colonialism. Literally goes back to the topic. If they have failed to create it, where do they want these young people to get it from? So we've seen, of course, majority of the African youths will go to Europe to seek opportunity. But in that video, we shall be explaining as we get to look at a video again we checked yesterday, because it was questioned about the economy and he couldn't explain better. He's like, nah, the rest of the world is also facing the same economic situations, but you have resources. How do you benefit from this? And that's the same question I did post to my guests yesterday. For those who are live with us, maybe on the radio, shout to Jibajaba. I saw your comments later. Mr. Newsom was there. Shout to also we had Mr. Black on Fire. We also had Joe Mosquito. We had Top of the Top. We had so many people yesterday on TikTok, and of course the amazing guests. And I was trying to make me understand, literally, how all this is going. And of course, I'll be coming back with much more. We shall also discuss what is happening in Kenya, how the Hustler Fund, which is a loan, actually the system is looking for to ensure every Kenyan pays back this debt. But this Hustler Fund is the Hustler Fund, which has not been able to help the young youth. We're going to check actually what's the problem, and of course much more of what is happening also in other African countries. Karibuni sana. That is our top topic for today. Again, I'll start with a video talking about why colonialism has been effective to us and why we have inequality, going back to all this conversation. But before I get back to one more jam, I'd love to remind everyone on BitChute, everyone on Rumble, everyone on the show page, on Amazon TV, on Roku TV, ensure you guys you have our application on your phone. And by having our application, you can also ensure you rush to the Google Play Store, where you can find our amazing products. And all these products actually are all organic. I've been telling you guys, people are all about making money. We're talking about inequality. And the inequality is making people even now be willingly to sell even poison to you, because people are trying to make an income, people are trying to pay rent, people are trying to pay, you know, bills, people are trying to live literally. But here we're keeping you all hooked up with amazing and organic products. For those, of course, who are looking forward to be adding vitamins in their bodies, or those who are literally adding maybe proteins, amino acids, those who are looking for the organic coffee products, we have it all right here. I'll be coming back as I explain much more, but first ensure you have our application. To the Android users, we are on the Google Play Store, and of course to all the iPhone, Apple users, we are, or you can find us on the website, which is the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. You can be able to see much more before I get to come back. See, explore the page, how our shows actually, how they run every single day. For those who do not get notifications on YouTube because we shadow banned, of course, this is a chance. Get that. But this is Bensol.
The Black Hot Fire.
Yes, welcome. The name JOBY to everyone who's right here for the first time, 25 minutes past the top of the hour, right here in the 254. Shout out to everyone, of course, to all our diaspora family. Grand Rising. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope November is also driving you good. Hope 2024 has been fair for you, despite, of course, economy being actually tough. With like, I feel like I've been saying economy has been literally tough, especially for this year. But I don't know about you. You can let me know. Maybe it's just for me. I'm the one complaining. But before I get into the conversation of the day, and before I get you hooked up with this amazing products we have, which you can find on our BHFN Sports Store page. If you have the application, this is where you can go and, of course, get yourself this amazing organic products, all at a very amazing fair price. And if you purchase your first 2 second products, you'll be getting a discount right here with us. But before I get into this, I want to give you another healthy benefit that actually, today I'm not going to come with the quote of the day, but today I have some health benefits of cashew nuts. No, cashews, not cashew nuts, but cashews. And one of it says, cashews are the seeds of a tropical tree, and they are packed with important nutrients like proteins, healthy fats, antioxidants, magnesium, and manganese. The second one is that cashews have many healthy benefits, including improved heart health, increased energy, and satiety, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, healthier muscles, better sleep, stronger bones, and more powerful immune system, balanced blood sugar, and a sharper eyesight. And it also reduces inflammation. And the third one, which I think it's gonna be the last one I'm gonna read for you guys, is that cashews, excuse me, cashews can be enjoyed as a snack and in a stir fry, blended into cashew butter or the base of a dairy-free course of ice cream. Well, excuse me. I'll say for here in the 254, or rather in Africa, I'm not sure about the rest of the African countries, but in Kenya, there's this joke that goes around. If you see a man eating cashew nuts, like run away from that guy, because they believe, of course, with the muscles, like which has been mentioned, the benefits of one of the benefits is the muscles it adds. Yeah, it's gonna work on you so bad, so run away. That is one of the beliefs. I feel like every time we see a man eating cashew nuts or the cashews, it's just no. That man has an intention. That is what majority of the people believe. But also personally, majority of the times I've seen a very active business, especially every morning. There is a porridge that is called uji power. Uji power is a porridge that actually is very natural, from natural, amazing, grown home food like the yams, cassava, the cashews, and then you add what else? I think milk and a bit of sugar, not too much sugar, because yams and sweet potatoes too. Yeah, and sweet potatoes are rich in sugar. We also have the cashews, which also are rich in sugar a little bit. So this is actually a very, I'd say, a business that has been propelling or taking over. You find that most of the men or women every morning when they are going to work, they'll take some uji power because it contains the cashew, which are very strong, and you're gonna actually be full. I'd say maybe the whole day if you take like a cup of a dollar, which is like this size. For general mosquito, for you, you can see a dollar cup is this big. So if you take this for a day, you're really good. Like you don't need to eat much. Like it's really, really good. But with that said, shout out to you, Joe Mosquito Karibuni Sana, and everyone who's just joining. There's some health benefits. I'm keeping you guys, letting you know what are the health benefits of eating some cashews. But of course, before I get started, I want to tell you guys to, of course, go to the BHFN Sports page, get yourself these amazing supplements, which are all very affordable. Remember, if you make your first, second purchase, you will be getting a discount right here with us. Starting with the vitamins, starting from the multivitamin gummy bears for the adults, we have it at $19. And remember, you can make your inquiries or question before you actually make your purchase, so you can understand if maybe you need to get your son, your daughter, which one is the best. We also have the vitamin D3, $2019. We have the green superfood, $35. Complete multivitamin, $32. Under our beauty, skin, nail essentials, don't leave your side chick, your wife left out, your mama, your grandma. Kindly keep them looking good, okay? Celebrate your women every day. Celebrate the women around you every single day. Starting from the Alpha Energy, only $40. Brain and Focus Formula, $39. Consecutive Support, $29. And also Colon Gentle Cleanse, $35. And under our beverages for the coffee lovers, this is organic. This doesn't make you sleep or feel any some type of way, because I believe personally the time I used to drink coffee a lot, I used to find myself like napping, you know. Most of the people say it keeps them awake, but I feel like caffeine makes you sleep. I don't know. That was my experience for me. So one of the reasons I feel like I stopped literally drinking coffee. We also have the Manuka honey coffee, which is that $59. We have the mushroom coffee fusion coming from the Lao Mains and the Chaga, $36. Remember, again, you can ask any questions before you make these purchases. And we also have the hemp coffee blend, medium roast, $32. We have the Brazilian blend, $31. And last but not least, under our natural extract, we have some Simos, only $25. Turmeric gummy bears, $25. We also have the platinum turmeric, $25. Moringa pure for the moringa lovers, $26. Lao Mains mushroom, $33. And the honey goat weed. Don't get yourself Equatorial Guinea again. Get yourself some honey goat weed on the Black Hot Fire Network Sports top page. But anyway, karibuni sana into this conversation. I'm going to start, of course, with Ghana, which is a conversation we were having yesterday. Ghana is supposed to be going to, or rather going on, is literally going on an election on 7th of December. And Nana Akufo-Addo is going to be stepping out. Yesterday, we tried to check a couple of videos where we saw, of course, there's nothing is done for the country. Ghanaians have been actually demonstrating for the past few months because of the illegal gold smuggling that has been going on, which of course is you know how they do it, just carelessly. They don't care how many people are affected, displacing people. They never care. It's all about how much can we take. We don't care how many people can die, literally. So of course there's been demonstrations about that, about the high cost of living, which has been constant also with the neighboring country, Nigeria. We've also seen literally job opportunities which is being demanded from majority of the young people, and this is why we can see them actually going all the way to Europe where they're not needed. If you are to go into data and we see how many young people have lost their lives crossing all the way going to Europe via via Mauritania, that is all these countries, Italy and all that. We've seen them actually signing deals with countries like Morocco. Do not allow these people to pass here. So if you are to actually collect a data of how many Africans are dying going to seek job opportunities outside, there's so many, super many. And the number of deaths, actually, even majority of them are never found. I believe they even left to be eaten by the shark. And I'm not trying to make that sarcastic, but this is literally how they have managed the country to the point where people are running away from their homes. But ahead of the elections, there's actually a hate speech, or hate speech, of course, is always there in every African country. And like we were saying yesterday, Africans, we need to realize the need of unity, because the more we keep on running away, the more divided actually we are. Because I've seen, I don't know, I'm going to share another video here. The more the more we keep on running away, the more divided we are. I've seen this before. or I've seen this actually growing up, where if you are someone who's gonna go make it, there's some people are gonna look at you some type of way where you come from. Instead of celebrating your achievement or trying to seek ways of how you can help them also get there, it becomes a hate, the division. And it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be more of, we're supposed to be celebrating because you tried to do this, now you're back. How can we also get to, how can we unify, how can we use your knowledge? Literally, that's the thing. How can we use your knowledge to actually expand one, two, three things? But that has been super, super impossible amongst Africans in general, because people want to run away, go make it, come back. You're now balling. You forget actually there's someone, I'm not trying to say that you should be everyone's savior, but unity is really, really needed so that we can stop running away and get what we need, because it's there. These people are smuggling, these people are stealing money, and we're the ones living the shitty lives as they thrive. So they're saying the head of the National Commissions of Civic Education, Kathleen and Andy, has called on the Ghanaian politicians to refrain from spewing insults on social media since it could lead to violence. This is a norm again in every African country, every time in politics. It's funny. Men admire America because there's no tribalism. That is one of the things. That is the only thing I admire about America. There's nothing about Luo, Kikuyu. Is the Republican and the Democrats, and that's on period. Only two parties. There's no, because number one, in Africa we have so many parties too, so many parties, literally so many parties, and so unnecessary. These parties all come from different tribes, which contribute to these kind of things you can see. And then we have the US, which is going to come in and start saying, we need our citizens protected because violence might arise in these areas of this country. And that's how you fuel violence on ignorant people, actually, who do not see what is coming or what is being gaslighted about them or what they're being trying to be told. It is crazy. But they're saying that the lady also warned the media against the spread of misinformation, personal attacks, and divisive alternances. And the stakes are high at the country heads of the polls next month to elect a new president and members of the parliament. Former President John Mahama is looking to make a comeback and replace President Nana Akufo-Addo, who is stepping down after the 2 terms in the office. The ruling New Patriotic Party is represented by current Vice President Mohamud Bawumia. So that is what is expected actually of Ghana, ahead of Ghana election. There's tensions already. That is so normal. But I'm wishing literally the country nothing but peace. Nana Akufo-Addo has failed. Again, I admire Kagame because of that. He might be a dictator who's all about the Western powers, literally the serving the masters, stealing the resources, but he has maintained one thing: unity and peace in his country. Unity and peace in his country. That is one thing I'll give literally Kagame. And I believe even if we really had that, despite everything, as much as it doesn't make sense, is a good way and it's a good step ahead. Number one, if we had that, if we had all these puppets, but if they maintained peace, dealt with tribalism, I believe that would have been a step ahead. Like, let's say for a country like Kenya, like when we had the demonstration, I believe that would have actually been a very big stronghold of not being divided, understanding we're one people. Our parents would not have been bought out, would not have seen our parents coming outside, caning their children who are fighting for their rights that they didn't fight for. So if only that can also be implemented, something like the video I was sharing on Monday, what this guy talked about the African Union. We're speaking a language that actually we never even recognized. We're supposed to be having one common language. If I go to Ghana, I'm not supposed to be having a translator because I don't understand Ghanaian language. And how many tribes are in Ghana? Look at Nigeria. How many tribes are in Nigeria? We're supposed to be having Swahili. But it's sad when you have a leader who's trying to go back to actually even introducing a system of you learning your own tribe. Personally, I remember there's a time we used to do exams. I don't know how many people actually have experienced that era. Here in Kenya, I'd love to hear from someone like Shmani, someone like Kamlesh. I'd love to hear from some people. But for me, I remember that when I was taken to the village, my first exam, and that's why I failed terribly. I had to repeat class 1 for me. I had to go back again because I was the number last, literally, because every subject came in mother tongue, in Kikamba, in Kamba, and I don't know Kamba, I'm just from Nairobi. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And only one, because I passed only Swahili. We had only Swahili, then the rest of the were in Kamba. So I'm like, So I think that's when maybe, I don't know what really changed, but yeah. I went through that era. So having that is gonna be, that is a division. So let me share this video of Nana Akufo-Addo. Shout out to you, Jiba Jaba, Karibu Sana. Hope you're doing great. Shout out to Kevin. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Hope you're doing great. Kindly follow the live creator and welcome to Black Hot Fire. Let me share this video here as you get to listen what Nana Akufo-Addo is saying, because here is warning Africans not to fall for the lies of a better life in Europe. Have they created it?
Welcome to the
Fast forward it very quickly.
Excellencies, I'm certain that all of us gathered at this event have become accustomed to news headlines such as at least 43 African migrants drown off Libya, UN agencies say. African migrants drown as boat sails to Spain. At least 140 migrants drown off Senegal coast.
And trust me, this number even ain't real. I don't trust the number. I believe the number is bigger than this, like I've said. The number is bigger than this. This is just what they want us to hear. But the number is bigger than this. Very big. Let me continue.
UN says. For those of us who come from a continent that is 10% of the Earth's remaining mineral resources and some 50% of the world's arable lands, it is disheartening to acknowledge that African youth do not see a future in their respective countries.
Who is the fault? Who is the fault? Like, who is the cause of African youth not being able to see the future in Africa? That is why we should start Nana Akufo-Addo, as before you actually, man, we should have serious, like, judgment. A serious, we have joking laws. That is just what I see in our continent. We have joking people, joking judges. Everyone is just a joker as a leader here, literally. We should be having these people actually going through a certain judgment. We are checking on your ass. Man, there's no way you're living here as a billionaire. Your stomach is full, came in skinny, now you're looking healthy. I'm left in the same stranded place. What are you doing about it? All you've been talking for years, you've been 2 terms. How many years are those? 8 years? He came into power in 2016. How many years are those? What has he done? Nothing. And then you're telling me it's hard. Man, there's a certain level of power I wouldn't want to gain, because, man, oh my God. I shouldn't get in these political seats. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be worse than Dr. Rikana. I'm going to be worse. That's just the fact. I don't have the room to spare. I am going to talk. I'm even feeling that, man. Because what? Shout out to you, Mzales. Karibu. Let me continue.
And are willing to cross the Sahara Desert on foot and drown in the Mediterranean Sea to the inability of
I believe Ghana is so beautiful. I didn't even know till recently Ghana has a beach, like a beautiful beach, but very not well taken care of course, because it's Africans who are there. I believe Ghana is beautiful. I've not been able to see many videos of Ghana, but maybe towards the end of the show, if I'm going to focus on this only, we're going to check. I believe Ghana is really beautiful. So is Nigeria. Literally, the whole continent of Africa is beautiful. But it's because of these shitty people, these shitty leaders, these puppets who are put in power. Because that's the truth. And people are so scared to talk about it. And our fear is holding us back in poverty. Our fear of just not wanting to demand is putting you in poverty. We don't want to be poor. I'm so sorry. I'm going to talk. So that going to silence me? I'm going to talk. I don't want to be poor. Nah. I don't want to. I don't want my children to go through that. I'm going to fight for my generation and for others' generation. This is just so crazy. These people should be put on a judgment seat. Let every African puppet of a leader called president be audited before they leave that seat. Okay? Before we start setting up the next date election, we need you audited. Okay? We need to check your banks. How much do you have in every bank? How many bank accounts do you have? How many assets do you have? What is your net worth? And how did you get there? What have you done for the country? It's a high time we start putting people in check. And we don't have anyone who's doing that. We have the top Kenyan judge yesterday telling us, oh, in my years of career, I've never received a bribe. Oh, yeah, we know too. We also know that. We also know that. We also do know that. That's so true. We should believe that. You're the top judge. People are being killed during the demonstration. The top judge is not able to actually investigate and find the root base of all this. Okay. All right.
the current of African economies.
Is Ghana. Ghana is just from, again, let me just go back to the reports, family. Man, these people are jokers. I think I need to be given a job. I think I need protection if I'm getting this job. I need protection. I need protection if I'm getting this job, because we have we have evidence, we have articles, we have everything. Evidence is there of who is doing in the course of all this. What is Ghana's debt again? Let me check that. I was checking that yesterday. Current Ghana debt. Because there's a video that was capping that Ghana just walked out of the IMF. Since when? Which African country can be able to pull such a stunt? I had only Mali did. Current Ghana debts. Okay. So Google says, as the first quarter of 2023, Ghana's gross public debt was 569. I don't know if this is, that is actually 51.67 billion US dollars, which is 71% of the country's GDP. This is as a slight decrease of the previous quarter, when the debt was 71.3% of the GDP. And this is just actually, I believe it's more than this. I bet it's more than this, maybe. But because what they have stolen is more than this. What they have stolen is so much. So in 2006, the debt percentage was 18%. In 2019, 59.35%. In 2020, it skyrocketed to 72%. 2021 to 79%. In 2022, wait, that is the Ghana's debt GDP ratio. How it has fluctuated over the years. Yes, that's what it's saying. Then in 2023, it was 84%. It's crazy. But this man is talking about how other European countries are benefiting from gold. Our youths are not being seen the arable land.
The numbers of decent, well-paying jobs that Africans youth crave. Fortunately, high consensus amongst the current crop of African leaders of the urgent need to remedy the situation and relate with the rest of the world on the base of trade and investment cooperation in value added. I believe the time has come for Africa, Spain, and indeed the rest of Europe to establish a sustainable strategic partnership.
Oh, it's always a partnership. Africa can never do it alone. This is a whole man with balls standing there saying how independent how is so in. Oh my God. This is just so crazy. This is such a shame. We have failed as a continent. Oh my God, we have failed as a continent. Our people have failed. We don't have men of leaders. They have failed. They have completely failed. There's a whole man telling the rest of the world how he can't actually do it alone. Yet he has resources. Let us, as I continue this video, let me look at the coffee production rate in Ghana and the profit it has made just this year alone.
Based on trade and investment cooperation on the exchange of value-added transactions, it would obviate the resort to aid, which has not its purpose. Hence, mantra of Ghana beyond aid, the overarching goal of Ghanaian public policy. Indeed, a very important plank of this new strategic partnership between Africa and Europe would be the strong support for the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCF.
Free trade area, which has never, still all these free trade areas have never benefited. Let me tell you what we can give Nana Akufo-Addo. Like, I say it. He has the best English I've seen from all of the African leaders. Mm-hmm. That's all he has. Nothing can he do. Nothing has he done.
I told you that.
Such a shame.
Years ago, I told you. Because his English is great. He's still a crook.
Mm-hmm. He has really, really good English. Karibu sana kid.
Santi Sana Joe, but he was trained in Europe. And why his English is so good, and it's that his whole family of crooks. His family overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. His whole family is crooks. 73% of the GDP. That means the country. It means they can't pay anybody, Joe, but they can't fund anything. Mm-hmm. All countries in debt now.
Excuse me. So I'm looking at Ghana's coffee production, and they're saying it is low compared to other African countries, but the government is working to increase it. That is what currently is happening. They're saying the production, through production, Ghana produces about 37,000 60 kgs bags of coffee per year, and the rank Ghana is the third smallest coffee producer in sub-Saharan Africa, and
doesn't make any difference because they don't have any added value, so they don't manufacture it, so they can grow it, they sell it to Europe make all the money from it again. Like that's that same shit. Mercedes about a coffee. We don't control our coffee. The white man takes our coffee. You don't take it. You don't develop shit. You got them going for nothing. Then you give the white man, he refines it and makes a finished product of it and puts his brand on it. He makes the money. Our Africans do all the damn work. It's crazy. So it's
It is so sad. It is
What?
so sad because everything this man is saying and what he has done
Within,
is totally
I heard
completely
you say,
different. That's why
I heard you
I
say
love saying
within
they
20 years,
can.
within 20 years, what you just said, they went from 18% to now 70% of the G. You imagine the massive stealing that goes on when you go from 18% to all your GDP now being in debt. You can't fund anything, Joby.
Yep.
You can't. I don't know how you get out of that.
I don't know, man, because I went into another video and coons are coons. Coons will do anything for the money. I found another video saying that, Ghana, what Nana Akufo-Addo has been able to do is remove the country out of the IMF. And I'm like, what? What was that? When was that announced? I didn't see that on the newspaper anywhere because when this country is highly in debt, that was just last year when they couldn't
They
even,
did.
they were
They did.
begging.
That's it. Because they can't fund anything. 70% of their money is in debt. They can't fund anything, Joe. I mean, no teachers, no emergency. No, I don't know how you get out of that.
That is
These
massive.
morons,
That
these
is huge.
morons, these morons in 20 years have stolen the wealth of the country. And
Mhm.
they've kept the Ghanaians so ignorant, they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like all Africans, kept Africans so ignorant, they don't know what the fuck is going on. That your politicians are not, they're criminal. They don't represent you as a people. You have nothing but criminals. God damn, 70-some%. I don't know how you ever get out of that. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Joe.
that's what I'm saying. If you look at the video, the way you explained, the same thing I'd said at the beginning, talking about how many Africans are dying, going to Europe to seek opportunities. They are the cause
Yeah,
of this. And then telling
yeah,
us
yeah, Joe, but they're the cause of it.
land, how we have this and this and this, yet we fail to see the benefit of it. You are the one who has made Africa look this shitty. It's crazy. I was reading an article yesterday which was talking
Yeah,
about
David.
uh, in Kenya, there's an insect that has been discovered. It eats waste in term that is waste,
Oh,
plastic and all
damn,
that.
good, damn. You can get that in. You can get the insect to clean up Kenya. Get a whole bunch of them. Make an insect farm and feed the insect the damn waste. Shit.
Exactly. That is what they said. But I'm like,
Oh,
you've had methods, Keith, and funds of cleaning up this mess. Where's the money? Where's the money? You wait
you
until
got
a normal a creature comes, then you found a solution now. But you got the funds to do all this.
because
Stop using the
Joe,
animal to do the hard work for
Joe,
you. You got the
Joe,
money.
Joe, yeah, but see, there's no one like no one. There's been no education in Africa, Joe. That's why everybody's running because the Europeans have put their despots in it to steal. So, what is Kenya's debt to GDP?
Let's see. Let's see.
Kenyan debt to GDP. God damn, it's a 70-some% too. That guy said it's close to Ghana. I don't know how you get out of that. Just you imagine the theft you've been doing. Cause we know the
They're saying
Europeans
that
still not most. What is it?
at the end of June 2023, Kenya public debt to GDP ratio was 70. Yep, this is
God damn.
an increase from 56. God damn. Yeah. An
We
average
just
from
that's what
1998.
I got. That's what I got said. We just that's what I got to be to say. We're just like Ghana. We're right there. Oh shit. God. You know how much massive stealing you've been doing, Joby? Now your GDP 70 to God
I'm
damn.
saying it. We have serious joke over system and over law, over constitution. Everything is a joke in Africa, and until we have serious people, all these boards, everything, everyone is cleared out. We need serious auditing. I believe personally, if this was my
Of course.
country, you're gonna have a law as a president before you leave that seat, before you even set the date of the next election. I need a clear auditing of your assets, everything that you've been doing. You said, what is your net worth again?
Exactly,
What have
Joe.
you
Yeah,
done?
Joby, that would have been common. Imagine that, Joby.
What have you done?
Common sense shit. It's common because they don't want that, Joe. Because that's how they've been stealing. They stole the countries. What they don't, you got bandits and criminals. The Uhuru family should be in prison. The Ruto's family, they supposed to be in prison.
we need to have someone like what was his name? This Ugandan, Idi Amin. Idi
Yeah, I
Amin.
mean,
Yeah, you
it
know,
was,
people called him a dictator because he had, and I've come to people are gonna call you a dictator, call you mean because you
uh,
have the balls to stand on literally what is
on,
right.
that's what they call Ibram Torre right now, a
Yeah,
dictator. That's what the white man does. We don't have a puppet in and still in the country, Joby. Isn't it funny? The project still today, the best project still. Idi Amin's been out of power for damn near 50 years, but the projects he done are still the best in Uganda. And Museveni's been there 40 plus years, and and he ain't done shit, but still. And the best projects in Uganda that were built in the country today were built by Idi Amin.
what a joke.
Crazy.
I mean, you tell me this man is just gonna retire and die peacefully with a balloon stomach, and there's someone who has been suffering their whole life for 40 years with by the ruthlessness of this man in the country. Yo, you need your ass is getting audited. Okay, we're gonna check your aunties, your niece, your nephews, everyone in your family. How do they have the wealth they have? You're not
That's what
working
you should have
smart.
been. Yeah, they ain't done exactly. But see, that's why no African countries got what you just said, Joby. Because everybody knows the Africans are stealing.
This way you see
These-
nepotism is very active, and nepotism has led to the extended corruption where we can see now the sisters can be able to smuggle gold and they work scot
yeah,
free. They get married to these poor ass people and then get them in. But let's go and smuggle. You just act accordingly, right? You don't be just act accordingly because the husbands too are dumb. They're gonna go accordingly. Like we're dealing with people who are just we need serious. We need man. If I'm catching power, you guys are gonna find me dead. Like I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna be Dr. Rikana. I'm gonna be more than Dr. I'm not gonna be talking nicely. I'm gonna speak up. You know, I'm gonna make people feel it. You gotta feel the threat, like Trump. I like that. I really like that. But as we move
yeah,
on, before we get to share,
General Mosquito. He was butt broken in Europe. That's how they send most of them. His family is, remember, one of the powerful families of Ghana. They help. He's one. His family are nothing more than CIA puppets. His father helped overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. His family is actually enemies to Ghana. That's why they were. That's why he's the president. He's an enemy to Ghana's success with Kwame Nkrumah. That's why he's there. That's what they do with Africa. They put all the like Jomo Kenyatta, like Joby said, when they were grooming his sorry ass. He never fought for any Mau Mau. He was the puppet they were gonna put in there. He's gonna give you a library. Imagine his poor ass. I'm gonna get a library boss and a white woman. Wow, why? I'm gonna get me a white. So imagine all these niggas in their minds, they were already fucked up. Back in the 50s and 60s, they tell this dumbass Jomo they don't give him a house with a library. He's already a moron. He's an idiot. He's already tribal and stupid and back. Imagine as they manipulating this idiot. They're gonna make you rich. You're gonna do our bidding now, boy. We're gonna give you a white woman. I'm gonna get a white woman too, boss. Remember, because white was they really worship white back then. I'm gonna get me a white woman too. We're gonna get a white woman, nigga. Okay, calm down. Wow, a white woman too. Yes, you're gonna get a white woman too. Of course, she's gonna be the spy and tell them. Remember, his white all them. I remember all these African leaders had white women. They were their handlers. Same way you see with Gabon and Guinea. They were their handlers. Listen here, dummy. Our white powers want you to do this. Okay, baby. So, he was never looked down upon. I think Jomo's last wife was like 18. He was like 60 something. This nasty, no good nigga. But the Europeans made him a hero, like they do everything. He's the father of the nation. No, he's not. Never fought for no Kenyans. He's a pup, and the whole family's corrupt and fucked up. They made sure they put this moron in power, and he was tribal as shit. That's why the country never got. Go back and study Jomo's rule, how tribal this nigga was.
yeah, I saw the statue too, Drum Mosquito. I don't know who shared. I don't know if I saw it on WhatsApp or where I saw the statue too. It looks bad. Like,
What's that?
oh my,
What statue? What happened? Who had a statue?
that is Nana Akufo-Addo had a statue made.
Oh my God, statue. See, I told you, these Africans, I told you, It's big nigga syndrome. That's what the forget the main character. It's big nigga syndrome in Africa every time. I'm the big nigga syndrome with these morons.
I also see Gerald Pataba says, yep, Africa is off the chain with beauty. The land, the people, the flora and fauna. It's amazing, man. But look at the image that has been literally put outside there by the same people because they go begging. When you go begging every time, you're poor. Like you need help. You know, even if you're full of resources, you yourself, if you can't see that, I'm gonna see you as poor because every time you come to me, you're begging.
You're
So why?
begging.
You need my
Everybody knows
help.
that. I
You
love,
come
I
here.
love, I love, I love, I love it. Spice just make me laugh. Say, look at here, here go the African beggars going with their rice bowls in hand. I say every time, Spikes, the richest continent in the world, but these niggas always got their rice bowl. Can I get some
Like
rice mass begging?
literally begging. You know, we can't do this alone. We need Spain, we need France, we need Europe, we need US. The
And,
heck, you can do it alone.
yeah,
You can do it. What if you united, if you really had minds like these
how
other
about that?
white people, because they're so united in destroying you Negroes, because you don't understand what's going on, you know? And sorry to use that word, but it's the truth.
I think they know what's going on. I think they don't give a shit, Joe. They more as long as they get theirs. That's
Whether
why you
they
got
give a shit
upset.
or not, these African puppets have failed to understand the need of unity as well.
Of
Okay, because
course.
this is higher powers controlling you. Can you try find power too, like as puppets? Like that's what I do. Okay, we're puppets. We understand we're puppets. We might have this African Union as the fake board, but we need to have higher power within us.
How about
Okay,
that?
can't go begging every single time. You gotta have some balls. Like
That's that's why exactly. That's Joby. That's nobody respects. That's why they put them on a bus like children.
only
You
only their
you
wives
you
respect them.
niggas get on this bus.
Mhm.
What?
Only their wives and children respect them because I wouldn't. I hate me a weak man. Okay, like the one we saw on Monday or the passport, bro. You begging every. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
call me. Don't call me ugly. Why you begging for attention? Work on yourself.
Because he's weak, Joby. That's a weak man. Don't call me. But Joby, everybody, we didn't show all of it, man. At the end, he's like, I think I'm gonna have to leave you. She said, good, go. You walking up the street by yourself all sad. She said, go. There's a bunch of you goopy niggas coming over here. You just another ugly. I get another one. You, he's like,
Like you ain't got money. I do. You know that's so sad. You ain't got money. I do. But Mosquito says they nicknamed him Sleeping Tablet. Oh my god, that is Nana Kofuad. All these African puppets have names. Tinibu is
yeah.
T-Pain. Uh, Ruto is tax collector, the tax collector. Now we have the sleeping tablet, and we also have Ramaphosa. He's called the cupcake. You know, it's crazy, man. Europe is thank you
Africa,
so
Africa is so bad. Africa is so bad. I probably Jim Mosquito's probably seen this since he's been. This probably has come up in his damn YouTube feed at least once. You got the speeches that Kofi Dada Dudu was making. Those are the old George Bush speeches. They just recycled. George Bush is a moron, and everybody knows George Bush is putting power in America. He's an idiot. But these moronic Africans didn't know that George Bush was a moron. He's American, from American, a white man. That they recycled George Bush's speeches and Bill Clinton's speeches and gave them to Kofi Adata Doodle. He was doing them like they were brand new to his. And if Joby can find this, it'll make a laugh. Joby, do this. Joby, go to YouTube and say Kofi Adata, whatever his goofy name is, Kofi Adata Doodle recycles American president speeches, recycles their speech. You'll see. This how bad this because they know that people are stupid. They don't even care. You wouldn't even do no shit like this. You don't even make an original speech. Well, let's go to the white man makes good speech. They just take the speech and say American, say Canadians, blah 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 blah. Say Jesus Christ, this is you got to get on the bus. I can't respect you. The COVID data recycles American president speeches. Oh my God! You won't even make a real speech for yourself. all these plagiarism you're doing. The white man is this is called the white man syndrome, guys. These niggas like to worship these white people. I wonder how many African leaders are doing this. And people say, here's what a white man said.
Ask you to be citizens.
Ask you to be citizens.
I
I ask you to be citizens.
I ask you to be citizens.
Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not subjects.
Citizens, not subjects.
Responsible citizens, building communities of service and a nation of character.
Responsible citizens, building your communities and our nation.
This is why they say the African has a low IQ.
Man,
This is why, that's a bunch of that's
even
good.
Ruto was accused,
There's a
Ruto
bunch
was
of them doing that,
accused recently
Joby.
of
What?
Ruto was
Doing
accused
that too?
recently of using the AI generated speech to congratulate Trump on his winning of the election. So people figured out and they're like, man, this book can't even write a whole speech. You're going to just depend on AI. You can just type
Yeah,
shit
they
out of
do.
your head.
Exactly.
Like,
They're doing the same thing, Joe. So it's a bunch of those too, jibber jabber. We got Joe, we just find one. I mean, how many African presidents? This is why they get no respect globally. This is why they say the African is an idiot. He has low IQ. Because of shit like what Joby just showed. And there's a bunch of him doing that. I said, this is crazy. Because they still worship white people down deep in their bones. They feel they can't. The colonization of Africa has really fucked the African mind up. They have not come out of that mindset. Everything the white man does is better. I can't do nothing. Let me take my rice bowl and go beg whitey. I can't really know. I don't know how to build a country, but you give me money, I steal the money, and I give you your part. You give me a little bit of crumbs, and my family's rich. Thank you, whitey daddy. Let me
crazy,
take your speeches.
man. But before we get closer to winding up and of course understanding why we're still paying the price of colonialism, we can see, of course, it's from these weak leaders. Number one, they have failed to do everything how it's supposed to be done. Unity is very important for us as African people. That is what we need to understand. Once we have that, I believe we're good to go. Like I was saying, the
You're
way
good.
Rwanda's
Once you get a strong leader in there that's actually doing right, you're called a dictator, like Ibrahim Toure. So
Exactly.
remember, they tried to kill him again this week, guys. You guys know there was another plot against his life. They had a French guy come in there, posed as a black guy, had a bunch of money, had millions of dollars in a suitcase. So he went around to some of the lower military guys, say, hey, we'll give you all this money. Because they always know the nigga wants money. I can't get the money to overthrow my president and do bad things. I want money. So they know the nigga's mind is always fucked up with the fake money, not knowing that the money comes from their resources. It's all fake. So it didn't work this time. The youth guys that were in the military, they believe in what he's doing because he's actually building the country. So they reported this motherfucker. They got his ass. Like, what? Yeah, and they gonna execute his ass on TV. That's why, Eva, put it on TV. So let the white man know when you fuck around, this is what happens up in this country.
Period.
And then you let everybody else know when you get, all your citizens know you get caught collaborating with the enemy, this is what happens to you. You know.
And they should
Shout out to
be.
him.
So let me share this next video here, which is explaining actually how America and the rest of the countries benefit from Africans globally and African nations.
Of course. They're not there because you're poor.
Haiti, the poorest nation in the entire Western Hemisphere.
Stole
Just
all they
600
will.
miles away are the shores of Miami, Florida, where you might
Right
expect to earn over
next to
$35,000
Jamaica.
each year. Compare that to Haiti, where the yearly per capita income is only around $1,500. How could it be that the US became one of the richest countries in the world, whilst Haiti became one of the poorest? One reason comes down to what economists call institutions and their effects on economic growth. Institutions are the sets of laws or structures which control how people are allowed to act. They are
Hold on,
like the
pause
rules of
this.
the game.
See,
And just as
see
you
what
can
he said. Let's see if this white man goes. He's lying. It ain't the institutions. White people have stolen the wealth through these institutions. See, they always whitewash what they've done as if Haiti just back because these African niggas in Haiti didn't know how to govern. But that was how did these African niggas go from the rich? Remember, Haiti was richer than America when the Africans took control of the country. They got out of slavery. It was the richest place in the Western Hemisphere. The white man's a savage, and black people are kind and loving, and that's the problem. White man came back in and stole. Let's see what this mother say how Haiti was invaded by America and all their wealth was stolen and they were subjugated into poverty. Let's see if he says that. They never mention that.
No, he's
Go
not
ahead,
gonna.
Judge.
It's. I
What?
think he's not gonna
Yeah.
mention that. It's slightly. It's a shallow video. It's not going deep. So it's a
Then,
shallow
then,
video.
then it's
Explain.
propaganda. Then it's propaganda, Joe. If you're not going, it's
No,
propaganda. It's a lie. It's propaganda then, because if you're not going to go to what really is, then it's European propaganda.
and
Because
that's
you
why
got to go.
why is
Go
it
go.
deep? That's why I'm here to analyze the
I
video.
know.
That's
I'm gonna let you play it, Joe. But cool. I got you. I want you to do me a favor, just because I'm gonna let you play the video. Let's open another tab and let's juxtapose this guy's talking about. Let's say, let's go back. Let's open another tab and say, in the 1920s. Type in Google, even though they can't hide this yet. They're gonna hide it eventually. In the 1920s, America invaded Haiti. Peaceful country, they just invaded it because they wanted the wealth. So America invades, it's in 1920s, America invades Haiti. That's all you got to put there. So now you go back to your video and we'll go back and juxtapose what he's saying.
It says the United States Marines invaded Haiti in 1915 and occupied the country until
Yeah,
1934.
yeah.
And
So
the background U.S. occupation of Haiti was a response of the assassination of Haitian President Jean Villebrun in 1915, and the U.S. has been interested in Haiti for decades and feared that
they still
instability.
right. They stole the wealth. So it's not saying that they went in and they stole the wealth. See, that's another. See, they already whitewashed it. They didn't care about no hate. They went and they hated to steal, Joby. They stole their treasury, Joby. They went in and stole the gold, the
Yeah,
money, and they murdered
yeah,
the whole parliament. They murdered them, and then they murdered the prime minister or president, whatever he's called. They murdered everybody, Joby. They murdered the whole political class. They killed them, and then put their puppets in there.
I mean, that's what they have been doing. That's what they do. So that's what they do. I get the history of Haiti very, very well. But let me just continue with the video.
fair and unfair rules, you can have inclusive and extractive institutions. Think
When they came to Congo and when they I believe every African country they go, there's nowhere where they say, and even in history, this is why we're told they came as missionaries. There's nowhere where they admit they came, killed, tortured, chained our people, others died on their way. None of that is mentioned.
of things like a dependable legal system, a democratic and honest government, and strong property rights, all examples of good, inclusive institutions, whilst a weak rule of law, corrupt government officials, and weak property rights are extractive institutions. The economists Acemoglu, Johnson, and Robinson started to question how bad institutions might affect a nation's growth.
The real difference between a place like Haiti and the US is they have very different institutions, very different rules that give very different patterns of incentives and opportunities for people. So you get investment, saving, entrepreneurs.
This is white people crazy talk. This is white people crazy talk. This is white people crazy talk. America is the evil empire. It's been invading other people all throughout Latin America. Out there, we're stealing the resources. And you got to do the institute. This is white people crazy talk. This is crazy talk. Look at me. I'm a white person. I'm doing crazy talk. Because this is white people crazy talk.
Anyway, I'm not gonna continue the video. I'm gonna share it on WhatsApp for those who'd love to see it. I'm not gonna allow Kid
Uh,
to criticize that. Um,
no, Joe, but you gotta what they saying is lie. Oh, you know why? Why? Listen, Joe, you gotta understand what they're doing. They're doing the white supremacy talk. Look, America developed because of its great institutions, and these dumb niggas they never developed because their institutions were already always fucked up. That's how the institutions were always fucked up. So so they're saying that the Africans can develop good institutions. Those are lies. They never left alone. They stole their shit. How you talking about? So what they're saying is a lie, Joby.
well, we should start by who created the institutions. That's where we start by who created those same institutions that actually do not favor Africa, because they don't favor anyone, literally, globally. All those institutions, who set up the institution? The same people control the world.
Yeah,
Literally.
they saying but they're saying yeah, exactly. But they're saying what they're trying to say that Africa has not set up good institutions, right? Because they gonna say that the African is a moron. What they're doing is the white supremacy talk, Joe. But you gotta understand what they're doing. Saying, look, European countries have set up these good institutions to make sure they build a good economy, build good education, and build wealth. These dumb niggas have never built any institute. They're too busy practicing their voodoo and shit. They're practicing their voodoo,
Let's
and so
say I would say it takes you back again to understand the topic, the need of literally uniting as African people. If you're picking, that's what they're saying, that Africa have not been, which is true again. Because what is the lie here? Let me ask you, where is the lie? What of Africa? I'm just from saying Ghana and African countries, people are
they
living
haven't
shit.
developed. That's true, Joby. They have not developed. I agree with that. We're gonna call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
We're gonna call a spade a spade. But don't use your white supremacy like the Africans are moron. They stopped at. Remember, Joby, when Africans try to make institutions for themselves, they murder them.
That's true.
Lamont, they murdered, like you got Ibram Toure now starting to make what good institutions. They're trying to kill him. It ain't like the African doesn't know how to make good institutions that benefit him. The Europeans are parasites. They live off the back of Africa and African people being fucked up because they get to steal their resources. So it's not like the African is just don't know what the hell's going. I mean, just don't know how to make good institutions. The white man doesn't want that because he gets poor. If the African actually gets what? Keep its own resources that benefit him. They don't want that. So, just about to look up something before we go. Lost my train of thought. They keep talking about this good institution shit. Africans are not allowed to develop any institutions that are African. All our institutions are European and benefit Europeans. You're not allowed to develop any African institutions. That's why they come to kill you.
Well, Africans need to unite. That is what I'm gonna say.
Oh, that's what I want to say. That's what I want you to say. Okay, Dad, that's what. Put this up, Joby. Put this up. I want you to say. I know how you spell his name. Brezhnev Brzezinski. Hold on. Let me ask Google how to spell this name. I don't know how to spell that name. He told you the He told you the worst thing. Next thing we gotta do, we gotta make sure the African always stays separated. Let me see this in America. Said Brezhnev Brzezinski. Okay, that's right. I know we're gonna be able to spell his name. Spell this, Joby. Say ZBIGNIEW. That's ZBIGNIEW. Then his last name is BRZEZI. Say Brezhnev Brzezinski said we must make sure we keep the African and the African Americans divided. That's our main goal, to keep these niggas divided. Because if they do, they'll rule the world again. President Brzezinski said the number one goal is to make sure the African never unites. That's right, Joby. See, you know that. But you got people telling them, Demore, are you a Kikuya? I hate you. I'm Kylie Chad. All that dumb nigga shit. White man know what time it is. You make sure you keep these niggas divided. We know they're the source of all our wealth, everything that we've stolen. He was the national security advisor, guys, for Bill Clinton, this wicked ass cracker. I mean, for President Carter.
Hi there, welcome to Season A, the platform where we speak. I can find a bit more information about it.
So we must never allow the African world to unite. That's their power.
Yeah. So let me just quickly do this for you. So
remember, he's an Ashkenazi. You know what? He's one of them Khazarians.
March 28, 2017. He died in 2017. So that's how recent this is. Now the key thing is this: he's a Polish diplomat, political scientist, and everything else, and all that. Here's what I really want you to look at, and you need to connect this.
Connect the dots.
Really understand what's going on.
That's right.
And what is
how white people think
us as Africans, African Americans, and everything else. This is a document that I want you to quickly look at. Came across it. Somebody shared it online. I thank you for that, for the person who shared it. This document is called the National. This is a document is exhibit number 10 of the U.S. Supreme Court case number 00-9587, National Security Council Memorandum 46. It was created March 17, 1978. In all those years ago. So the presidential
that's still the thing. So the number one goal is to make sure these niggas, and pause for a second. I'm saying this is why, and this is the CIA where all these Africans and Americans. I'm now an Indian. This is SIAP. That's why you see all these African niggas in America now want to be Indians and not African. I told you, I know this is a psyop. I know, because African American Africans are now starting to be natural, starting to reach out and try to unite. That's why you see all this division coming from America first, because I know I'm dealing with a CIA op within the internet, and all these niggas now want to be Indians and not African. I said, oh, I know what I'm looking at. This is some CIA shit from behind the scenes. But go ahead, Joby.
Of Central Intelligence. I want you to listen to the words. Please listen to the words I'm about to say. Subject: Black Africa and the U.S. Black Movement. Subject: Black Africa and the U.S. Black Movement. The president has directed that comprehensive review be made of current developments in Black Africa from the point of view of their possible impacts on the Black movement in the United States. The review should consider: 1. Long-term tendencies of social and political development and the degree to which they are consistent with or contradict the U.S. interests. Listen on, please. Please listen. 2.
White people's power.
Durable contacts between radical African leaders and leftist leaders of the U.S. Black community. You see? 3. Appropriate taking inside and outside the country in order to inhibit any pressure by radical African leaders and
radical. See, I understand what radical means to them. Radical means to them. Radical means to them that Africans actually control their own resources. See, what's radical is that white people are not their boss and white people don't control them. That's radical to them. So when they say radical, it means make sure these niggas don't control their own shit, their own institutions. Go ahead, Joe.
But the U.S. is coming to interfere in our own affairs and telling us to support gay rights and everything else. But here they are putting up plans to actually, stop us from working with interest. But they're telling us this nonsense that form talks about. You have to allow for gay rights. Nonsense. You can do that in the US. Nobody's going to stop you. But this in Africa, you are trying to do something that we don't want, and that's what I'm telling you this so you know. Now, the next one, the president has directed that NSC in the interdepartmental group for Africa perform this review. The review should be forwarded to NSC Political Analysis Committee by April 20. Signed, Zbigniew Brzezinski, the Secretary for the Treasury of the Treasury, Secretary of Commerce, the Attorney General, the Chairman, Joint Chiefs of Staff. Now, why would they want to have this kind of a report? Black Africa and the U.S. Black movement. So the key thing, I want you to look at the words here. Appropriate steps to be taken inside and outside the country in order to inhibit any pressure by radical leaders and organizations.
To make sure Africans do not unite with Africans.
Influence on the policy.
Make sure that no one unites. He said to inhibit. Inhibit means to stop any kind of goddamn unity that Joby's talking about on an international level. Our main goal is to stop that shit. That's a threat to our power.
Administration toward Africa.
Never stopped either. That's the same policy that's still in effect today.
We have America coming to exert this illegal nonsense, using human rights nonsense to try. And I mean, this is the nonsense that they're peddling now. This is something that they're peddling via the UN. Look at this. Sorry, not that one. Where is it? Oh yeah. By the way, do you know that he has a daughter? She worked for
the news,
MSPM or something.
MSNBC,
anyway,
doing her propaganda.
Not really much into.
She works for the news.
I just came across that. But what I want to
do is to
show you. This is the UN document that I wanted to look at. The UN is actually actively promoting gay and stuff.
That's right.
And all of that stuff. And
the UN is not meant for African people.
Let me show you. This is what I wanted you to look at. Sex work. So let me see. The exchange of sexual services between consenting adults for money, goods, services, and communication with another, advertising and offer for sharing premises with another for the purpose of exchanging sexual services between consenting adults for money, goods, services, whether in a public or private place, may not be criminalized. Absent coercion, force, abuse of fraud of authority or fraud. Criminal law may not be prescribed the conduct of the third party who directly or indirectly for receipt of financial material benefit under fair conditions without coercion, force, abuse of authority or fraud, facilitate, manage, organize, communicate with another, advertise, provide information about, provide or rent premises for purposes of the exchange of sexual services between consenting adults for money, goods and services. This is UN. You know, the representation of Africa is not in this. And these are the kind of things, and that's the same people, the same UN is the one who wrote this, what I just showed you. The same, it's in, the UN headquarters where is in the US, isn't it? So we need to wake up. We have to wake up. I just wanted to just show you that. What are your thoughts on what you just read? If you are an African American, you should be listening to this. If you're an African, you should be listening to this. What are your thoughts? This is a wake-up call, isn't it? This is definitely a wake-up call. We need to unite more than ever and begin to confront this injustice that has been heaped on us for over 400 years collectively. Enough is really enough. We need to take steps. We must unite as Africans, because what is being done, those who are oppressing us, they are united in their oppression of Africans. So we who want to be free, we must unite to get our freedom. We have to unite to get our freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the platform where we speak truth to power.
Yeah, so
that's why they promote tribalism in Africa. Everybody tell you different people. That's why everything they do is make sure you stay apart. You're the same people, moron. Go ahead, Joby.
So how do you explain this? Let me share this video. I bumped into this video in the morning and I was very shocked how this man was talking. He's called Trick Daddy. I don't know how many of you know him. He was speaking about
Trick Daddy's a moron. He's an old rap. Yes, Jerry. He's a rapper, Joby, from the late '90s. He's a moron. He's from Miami. He's in it. I don't know about no Africa. I'm not Africa. I told you this is the side that they're doing. I know Africa. I don't got to do with Africa. I'm America. I'm born here. I'm American. That's what I got to do with Africa. That's what they're doing. Oh, that's what I told you. This CIA psyop. That's what's happened, Joe. This is the CIA psyop.
Story about
Make sure you stay.
my grandma ain't never tell me one story about no motherfucking Africa. I don't know nothing about Africa. All I know is all the African people I know and run into, they think they better than us over here.
That's a lie.
So what you pussies worry about me
I don't know about that, but anyway.
saying that I'm not African. I'm just American. The fuck is wrong with you niggas? You niggas got a problem? And fuck your motherfucking podcast. Fuck your show, nigga. Don't bring my motherfucking name up. I don't know you pussies. So I'm not bringing you niggas' name. I'm still not saying you niggas' name. So what the fuck you mean this your show you can talk about? You got my name in your mouth, pussy. Both of you looking like ass pussies. And I'm with the shit. I don't care how old I am. We about the same age, nigga. All y'all but Africa this. Africa can't tell me not one. All y'all but Africa this. Ain't there one of you motherfuckers trying to go back to Africa? Who trying to go back to Africa? Everybody come over here to America, talk about back at home, back in my country. Take your ass back to your country. They can't come get me.
Hit mute your mic kindly.
Oh y'all, but Africa this. Ain't there one?
My mic was me.
Who trying to go back to Africa?
I'm muting it.
Everybody come over here to America.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my motherfucking race. I ain't never been to Afro color. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. Ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland. Yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land.
Right. Okay. Yep.
See that's why this is pushed, Joby. So what we'll do is we're gonna end the show with a Trick Daddy's video. If you know the rapper Trina, Joby, he's the one. You ever heard of Trina? Rapper called Trina.
Yeah,
He's the one that brought. Same way they brought Nicki Minaj into fame. He's the one that brought Trina to fame. So he's responsible for Trina.
Okay.
So yeah, Trick Daddy's responsible for. But you guys give me one of Trick Daddy's songs from the late '90s. Motherfucker ain't been relevant in 30 years almost. That's why they're doing this. This is a psyop. That's why they're pushing that on the media. It's gonna be say Trick Daddy rap song, some shit. End up with this goofy rap song. Reason why they're doing these psyops, I told you, because this to make sure you do not unite. So when you're ignorant, he don't like being African. So that's what you got going on. All of a sudden on that bike. Scroll down, let me see. I can't. What's the name of this song? They ain't some of the name of them. This shit's so damn old. I can't name none of that old shit. This shit from the '90s. You're scrolling down too fast.
As it comes to the end, someone take the song back. See.
Say, is that him with Trina right there? Let's see what that. See, this is all the Miami ignorant shit. Every that kid. So this is Miami. I think that's Trina. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. So this is Miami, y'all. This ignorant ass niggas from Miami. Oh yeah. Play this one, Joe. Yeah, that's Trina. Yeah, he made Trina a star. Ignorant as shit. This is Southern rap. This is how Southern just destroyed rap. This bitch is ignorant. He's ignorant, but that's what they push. This ignorant ass shit. You don't know that, huh? These all these southern niggas, all these moronic, the low IQ niggas. They get rap too. This is part of the destruction of rap. These ignorant ass niggas here.
Bye, family. Much love.
Yo, we don't know nothing. Yo, we don't know nothing. You can't say nothing.